Alright, I'm going to give my analysis on the Cavs options for the 2019 NBA draft and what I think they should do. First off, I'll talk about Cam Reddish. He's a small forward out of Duke. He's a very talented player, but he didn't quite live up to the production that some people expected last year. That was probably due to the emergence of Zion Williamson and RJ Barrett, who took more of the lead role on the team, and he was just more of like a 3 and D guy. But once he gets into the NBA, I think he really has a chance to flourish, but he's more of a boom or bust prospect. Next, I'll talk about DeAndre Hunter. He's a forward out of Virginia who had a really good career and ended up winning the national championship this past year and had a really good performance in this championship game. As a player, he's not really an elite athlete, but he's an elite defender. He's also a very good shooter. Right now, he doesn't really show NBA range in shooting, but he definitely has a possibility to expand to the NBA range and just continue to become a more confident shooter and become a true 3 and D player. He's someone who's regarded as a player who has a very high floor because he comes from a winning culture and he's won a lot in college. Plus, he's already a very good defender and a very good shooter. So I think that'll translate, and he'll at least have a spot in the NBA, but I don't think he has a very high ceiling because he's not a great athlete and he's not that great as a creator, as a ball handler. He can pass effectively, but he's not someone who's gonna get like a ton of assists, at least not right away. He may develop that, but he's not that player right now. Next, we had Darius Garland, a point guard out of Vanderbilt. Now, you could make an argument that we don't really need another point guard since we have Colin Sexton, and I think that's a fair argument. But if he's the best player on the board, and the best player on the board by like a decent margin, I think the Cavs have to take him, and they at least have to consider him because he's a really good shooter. He's really good at a pick and roll. He can find his teammates well, and I think Colin Sexton and Garland could play together. A lot of people point to the McCollum and Lillard backcourt in Portland. And so I think they could play together, and I think it's a little bit too early to start drafting for fit or on team because the Cavs are so early in their rebuild process. But if you want to find another position because we have Sexton to build around, I think that's fair. But I think the Cavs at least need to consider him. Lastly, we have Jarrett Culver, a shooting guard out of Texas Tech. And he's the guy I think the Cavs should ultimately take if he's available. He can do a little bit of everything. He's a good passer. He's a good shooter. He can still definitely improve on his shot, but he has shown improvement on his shot, and I think he'll continue to improve because by all accounts he has a great work ethic. And I think he would fit well on the Cavs with Colin Sexton because he's such a good passer. I don't think Colin Sexton is really like a true point guard with his passing instincts, but I think Culver could help out a lot in that regard because he's such a good passer, and they could kind of share responsibilities with the ball somewhat. And he has great size for the shooting guard position, so he had no problem defending the shooting guard or maybe even the small forward for the opposing team. Now that the Pelicans have the number 4 pick, though, I'm wondering if they might take Culver. When the Lakers had it, and if they would have kept it, I would have thought Garland might be their pick. But I don't know if the Pelicans would need Garland with they have Bledsoe and now Lonzo Ball. So I'm not sure if they would go in that direction. They could definitely still trade the pick, but as of making this video, they still have the number 4 pick. So I'm hoping Culver's still available at 5 for the Cavs. And if he is, he would be my pick. Okay, that's all I have for right now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you.